Gladiator 2 reactions land online. Guys, I am so excited to see this movie. I already have my tickets booked. When you think of Gladiator, that first movie is an instant classic, a masterpiece in filmmaking. It won 5 Oscars at the Academy Awards. It generated nearly $500 million. But with Ridley Scott coming in to direct this movie, there was a lot of people, including myself, that were concerned with him directing this movie, as within the last 10 to 15 years, his track record of directing movies has been a bit hit and miss. So, understandably, there was a lot of people concerned about him directing this movie, but based on these early reactions, it looks like he's nailed it and he's done a great job. So, let's dive into this article here from The Hollywood Reporter. Let's break down these reactions and let's see what people are saying about Gladiator 2. So, Gladiator 2, first reactions from early screening, a total spectacle with a pulsating pace. So that sounds pretty damn good to me. I'm excited to see what these people are going to say about these reactions. So, Gladiator 2 had its first screening Friday night, and early reactions have already made their way to social media. The sequel to the 2000 film was screened at the Paramount Studios lot in Los Angeles, where media outlets and film critics got a first look at the movie starring Denzel Washington, Paul Mescal, and Pedro Pascal. Gladiator 2, directed by Ridley Scott, sees Mescal playing a grown-up Lucius Verus II, nephew to the Emperor Commodus from the original film. Played by Joaquin Phoenix, Lucius returns to Rome after being forced into slavery to battle not as a ruler, but as a gladiator, out of revenge and power, and seeks to return the glory of Rome to its people. Yeah, I think it's great they're continuing the story, that Lucius is going to be the main focus here. I think that was a great bit of connective tissue. That is kind of its own standalone own thing, but at the same time is kind of connected to the original. So I appreciate both aspects there. But Gladiator 2 is set for a tentpole release. Oh, sorry, it jumped up. I don't know why it did that. So Gladiator 2 is set for a tentpole release by Paramount Pictures at Thanksgiving after the original film, which was released more than 2 decades ago. It won 5 Oscars and earned $465.4 million. The first trailer in July racked up 215 million global cross-platform views in just a few days. 215 million views. That goes to show you how anticipated this movie is and how excited people are. But without further ado, let's get into these reactions, guys, and let's see what people are saying here. So, taking a look here at our first reaction from Simon Thompson, Gladiator 2 serves up the richest feast in the epic action set pieces and deliciously ribald treachery. Dovetailing stylishly with the original, Paul Mescal leads a solid, stellar cast with aplomb. Denzel Washington, Joseph Quinn, and Fred Hershinger are collective powerhouse. From Scott Menzel, Gladiator 2 is Ridley Scott's best film since The Martian, a big, bloody, and badass action spectacle that builds upon the legacy of the original. The film showcases beautiful set pieces and a lot of epic battles. Paul Mescal shines, Denzel Washington chews up the scenery. From Eric Anderson, Gladiator 2 is a true epic and Ridley Scott's best in years. Paul Mescal is a great action star without sacrificing his indie grit, a worthy heir to the throne. Denzel Washington eats every line and costume without overplaying. From Griffin Skiller, Ridley Scott returns to the Colosseum to prove to the world that he's still got it. Absolutely buzzing after Gladiator 2, an epic Shakespearean tale of hope, futility, and power within a crumbling system. Denzel feasts in a show-stopping Machiavellian performance. What a picture. Wow, that's a really, really great review there. Well, not a review, but like a reaction. That sounds fantastic. From Jermaine Lucia, Gladiator 2 doesn't quite rise to the greatness of the original. We didn't really expect it to, but it's a damn fine sequel with the big stakes, a solid story, and excellent performances. I mean, trying to capture that lightning in the bottle of that first movie, it was never going to be reached. But this here being a damn fine sequel with big stakes, a solid story, excellent performances, that sounds fantastic. I enjoyed it thoroughly, most probably will too. But it's just slightly lacking emotionality. Everything is very easy and surface. From Sim Movie TV, dang, Gladiator 2 is pretty awesome. Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn, and Fred Hershinger shine. It's a worthy follow-up, and Ridley Scott captures the spirit of the original, but sequel is its own thing. Like I said, it's its own thing, but it has that connective tissue of one of the characters to the first film, which is kind of cool, having that connective tissue, it being in the same world, same universe, the same continuity, but still it's separate enough to be its own standalone thing, which is great. So, Matthew Koss, Gladiator 2 is what happens when Ridley Scott lets loose and finds heart in the action. A total spectacle with pulsating pace. Can't wait to see this one again. From Will Mavity, Gladiator 2 lacks the focus and emotional punch of the original, and Mescal isn't quite as captivating as the lead here as Russell Crowe was in the original, but it's overflowing with memorable action, and it's got Denzel stealing the movie in soon to be one of his most iconic performances. So this is like one of the biggest criticisms here: lacks focus and emotional punch, but these reactions seem to be touting the performance of Denzel Washington here. I've read in some articles that he could potentially be up for another Oscar nomination after this performance, which would be incredible. Always loved Denzel Washington. From Atom, Gladiator 2 review. Epic masterpiece, emotional with huge, stunning action. Ridley Scott, perfect crescendo. Paul and Pedro deliver the goods. A sweeping, arousing saga that fits your ass. What? A sweeping, arousing saga that fists your ass? What the hell? Let me just reread that. A sweeping, arousing saga that fists your ass. Where are we going with this? Not just another sequel, it's the best movie ever. A fitting end setting up what's next. So it looks like we're setting up another movie potentially. They're going to make a Gladiator universe here. That would be interesting. The fact that this reaction, an arousing saga that fists your ass. That's all you need to know, guys. You know, that's all there is to it. It fists your ass, apparently. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not really sure. But yeah. So an unbelievable experience that will go down in cinematic history. Not only does it surpass the original. Wow, that's the first person who said it surpasses the original. It tops all-timer sequels like The Godfather Part 2, The Dark Knight. Ridley Scott doesn't hold back. This is why films are made. Wow. Surpassing the original, surpassing The Godfather Part 2 and The Dark Knight. That's big, big words to live up to there. If that's true, then this is going to be a mind-blowing film. I'm not sure that's true or it's hyperbole, but if it tops those films, then we could be in for something special here. So the next reaction here comes to us from Kenzie. Epic doesn't begin to describe Gladiator 2. This is the grandest of filmmaking by Ridley Scott. The theatrics, the blood, and incredible performances make this one of the best films of the year. So fucking incredible. I'm great to hear that there's plenty of blood. I want to see limbs being hacked off. I want to see people being stabbed. I want to see epic chariots and sword fights and all that great stuff that we expect from the Gladiator franchise. Sign me up, take my money. So from the Nerds of Color, you will be entertained. Gladiator 2 is awesome, awe-inspiring, and action-packed. It is Sir Ridley, proving that nobody else can do epics like him. You'll want to see this in the biggest arena possible, in IMAX with Dolby surround system. That's exactly what we need. So Paul Mescal, Denzel, and Pedro Pascal are terrific. Connie Nielsen is pure class. But honestly, Joseph Quinn is such a scene stealer. Yeah, Joseph Quinn, man, he's an up-and-coming talent. People have got eyes on him, and he's doing great roles recently in some great projects. So, from Drew Taylor, rest easy, Romans. Gladiator 2 is the kind of large-scale filmmaking excellence only Ridley Scott could corral. Everything about it just works. Big, maverick vibes in its ability to conjure the past while adding something new. Bold, muscular filmmaking from a legendary talent. It's great to hear that they're adding something new. They're not kind of just rehashing that first movie. And yeah, Ridley Scott, man, when he's firing on all cylinders, one of the best in the business. From Chanel Janae, I don't think you'll understand. Gladiator 2 might actually be the best movie of the year to me, and I'm so sorry. I've watched a lot of movies this year. I don't mean to be hyperbolic, but I cannot overstate how good this film is. Run, don't walk to the theatre on November 22nd. That's such a great little reaction there. Run, don't walk to the theatre. I don't mean to be hyperbolic, but I cannot overstate how good this film is. You know, hearing reactions like that just get me all the more hyped for this film. There's a lot of people out there that are very, very excited for this movie after watching, watching the first reactions coming out. So guys, that's kind of where we are. That's all the reactions that we have to look at from The Hollywood Reporter. I'm sure there's probably more of them on social media floating around, so I invite you to go over and have a look over on social media. I'm sure you can find more if you want to read more of them. But yeah, my excitement, for example, say my excitement was at a 5 or a 6. Because of the recent track record of Ridley Scott and his films not being so good, I was cautiously optimistic. I was trying to lower my expectations a little bit because of his recent track history. So my excitement was maybe at a 6 or a 7, but after reading these reviews with you guys, my excitement is now at a 9 or 10. A lot of people are saying this is grand filmmaking, it's absolutely iconic. Denzel Washington could be up for another Oscar nomination, and it just sounds absolutely like a spectacle, like a masterpiece here, and I think we're in for something special. So guys, I throw it off to you. After reading through these reactions with me, are you more excited to go and see Gladiator 2, hearing these amazing, stunning reactions coming out about the viewing of the film? Or are you kind of just in a wait-and-see approach, cautiously optimistic because of Ridley Scott and his recent track record? Whatever your thoughts, comments, and opinions are regarding these reactions, guys, jump into the comment section and let me know. Thanks so much for watching. As always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.